arm around him. I'm not so sure that the officials might not call that an intentional foul. He just grabbed it.
Now you're sending a 60% free throw shooter and Black to the free throw line. Down one on the road. Just a little over a minute left as a freshman.
He is 3 of 8 from the free throw line. That is the first second half miss from the line for Memphis. They are 9 of 10 from the stripe.
And this is a nice move here by Coach Floyd, bringing in a bigger body in Claude Britton for Gabriel McCauley. Better offensive down low, but could box out Tariq Black at the other end as well.
Now Britton, I think, is in there to attack Tariq Black down on this end and just be a bigger defender against Black down on this end, on the other end.
I agree with you 100%.
Oh, my.
2 huge misses.
Now, but Memphis, they have been discouraged all game. They have come right back and keep fighting, and they need a defensive stop right here. You want to play good defense without fouling.
Well, you want to know the difference between a young team and a veteran team. Right here, Julian Stone, the leader of this team, taking some air out of the ball right here.
Not too much air now. Look how high it is.
Big rebound by Carmouche.
That was not very well done.
Jackson. Barton.
They're just going, no timeout.
And they've got one.
Now they got to call timeout.
They got a timeout. They take it right there.
Right,
They're out of it.
You don't need to take the timeout there, Kevin, if your guys can just play, because if you take the timeout, you allow the defense to set, but they were disorganized.
Memphis will have the ball. They've not led today. They're down by 1 on CBS.
You know, I wanted a bird.
E-Trade. Investing unleashed.
Memphis has the ball, you see, our game reset.
I think Coach Bassman, why he called that timeout, he wanted to get the ball to Joe Jackson. A lot we saw Kendall Marshall of North Carolina do yesterday in that win over Miami. He's the one guy that can get into the teeth of the defense, collapse that minor defense, and you have all those shooters on the perimeter, especially Crawford and Will Barton, to knock down shots.
And look how they are in close games.
Yeah, they play pretty well in close games, and so if you're UTEP, you want to keep the dribbler in front of you. If you're UTEP also, you want to make sure you play good defense, force them into a tough shot, and then block out. How many times in this situation do we see the shot miss, but somebody tip it in?
Very interesting. You have Julian Stone, 6'7", on the smaller Jackson.
Jackson, knocked away by Stone. Foul on UTEP. Stone picks up number 4.
And the reason why Coach Floyd went with Julian Stone, he wanted that size. If you're Julian Stone, you got to back off of Joe Jackson. Give him space. It was that chest, right when he went up for the shot, that chest bump that created that foul. Remember, he shot an air ball earlier.
He's just tied the game. Freshman Joe Jackson from Memphis.
Now, and keep in mind that UTEP still has 2 timeouts, and there's plenty of time left.
2 big ones.
Is that the first time they've been ahead of the day? Yes, it is.
There it is.
Unbelievable.
Culpepper babbled. 2.5 out of bounds. UTEP's ball.
Kevin, and again, they elect to just play it. And now with only 2.5, you got to call the timeout. They were fortunate to keep that ball.
1 timeout remaining for the Miners. Losing it, McCullough. UTEP will inbound. Memphis on top with their first lead of the day by 1.
If you're the Tigers, this might have been the worst place for the ball to go out. There's so many places where this ball can end up. There's back screens, there's flares, there's throwovers. You've got to have simple communication. Well, let's see if this young Memphis Tigers team can communicate that.
Stone to inbound. Polk. Memphis has won with an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament.
a situation where Memphis did a great job defensively. Polk does not handle this ball cleanly, and then he's got 3 guys on him. That was very good defensive play by the Memphis Tigers. I don't know that that's exactly the shot they were trying to get. Reggie, it looked to me like he could have gone to the basket.
Well, they were trying to get him the basketball at the top of the key, but Memphis did a great job of taking that away. So he kind of back cut to the right, and you're right, he didn't catch the ball cleanly. But how about the defense and not giving up for this young Memphis Tigers team?
Memphis led for only 7.8 seconds the entire game. Heartbreak for the Miners. Elation for Memphis. Going to the big dance. For Reggie Miller and Dan Bonner, Kevin Harlan saying so long from El Paso, Texas. Coming up next, it's game 1 of the Big Ten semifinals from Indianapolis. Michigan against #1 Ohio State. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports.
With Russell gone, can his 2 allies save them?
4:31-27. Let's go to the scoreboard and highlights. Conference USA Championship game. Greg?
How about Joe Jackson? Knocks down a second free throw, 8 of 10 on the day, 17 points, gives Memphis their first lead. And then Christian Polk, the senior, was 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. Till that point, UTEP unable to hold a 13-point lead. Memphis will be dancing.
And UTEP on the short end of a 67-66.